So it's 12 o'clock. Imagine, how would you guys like to start this?
Well, as put here as the last remaining standing officer, Secretary Treasurer, I will inherit these duties and call the Special Commission meeting to order at 12 o'clock. First order of business is to declare position number 5 vacant. I think everybody here is aware that Patricia has formally stepped down from that position. We need to fill that position. And we will be, I suppose actually rather than me saying much about this, Doug, would you like to chime in on the process here?
Well, I've reviewed the process and think I understand it. There are a couple of conflicting items, but since we have our report attorney here, why don't we jump right to Pete? Does that make sense to have him address it?
Well, in the specifics here, it's just the process by which we are going to move forward with replacing Patricia. Is what
I can address that.
Is the process.
The process is once the board makes a motion to declare the position number 5 vacant, and it's seconded and voted on. If it carries, then I have a number of responsibilities I have to do when I go back to the office. One of which is to put on the website the information that we're going to request from candidates as far as what we expect to be in the letter of interest. Mm-hmm. And the questionnaire that the candidates will be asked to fill out as well. And we have prepared a receipt form, so when candidates bring those documents into the court office, we will actually give them a receipt for those documents, written receipt this time. We didn't do that in the past, so everybody will know who has what, and that's pretty straightforward. And at the same time that we put it on our website, simultaneously Karen will be sending it out to the media.
Is this process the one that's been outlined in our?
It's outlined in the resolution previously. Yes. So it's very clear cut. There's.
And by when you say previously, that's when David resigned.
Actually, we looked at a number of cases. When David resigned, when Commissioner Ole Olson died, and there was one third one that we looked at to examine how it was best properly done, and then I consulted with the court attorney on it as well. And I read some of the state statute information, the bylaws, and the resolutions that were appropriate to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the process you're outlining, though, is outlined in our bylaws.
It's more outlined in the, we have a resolution number 2014-08, and that's a resolution establishing a policy for the filling of vacant commission positions. Mm-hmm. And it's a fairly good detail in there on the process and what to have in the letters of interest and what have you, the timing and when things have to be done, and all of that I actually have prepared, and so this afternoon when I go back I will send it out to everyone. If the position is declared vacant.
Okay, so that's something you'll send out to us presumably.
To you and the public, everybody today.
Well, I think it seemed like it would make the most sense to just simply post it on the website.
I have to do both. I have to do them both simultaneously. I have to. Is that correct? It has to be sent to the public, including the commissioners and the media, at the same time.
Yeah, but isn't posting it on a website essentially the equivalent of sending it to the public? Pete, you have any thought on that?
Well, it might be, but the fact that you folks passed a resolution which is more specific than what state law requires, you're obligated to follow this unless you folks rescind the resolution or alter it or amend it.
I guess my point is, what I worry about, and I have been worried about this for a while, is when we say send to the public, we send that to a collection of people who have been on our mailing list, basically, which doesn't necessarily represent the public per se.
I can reword that.
Just hold on a second before I jump in. To meet the objective of that resolution that says send this to the public, wouldn't posting on our website be construed as that, or does something physically have to be sent to someone? You're talking about private citizens, right?
Yeah, no, every part of the law requires something different, like public notice, like what we have to do for like legal process. We have to actually publish in the local newspaper, which you'd think with the widespread use of the internet, that wouldn't be required anymore. So public notice for something that specific means you have to publish in, is generally the News Times around here. Some things require that you, like let's say we have a special meeting, you can post it on your door. Nobody does that anymore, but you can actually post it on your door. You contact the media that you're aware of. I mean, so the less formal it gets, the more you try to gauge it in such a way that it gets to the public that you're thinking about. I think the posting on the door probably comes from like the 1890s when there were town criers and things of that nature. So all I'm saying is, in this case, as long as you post it on the website and do the addresses or whatever else you folks want to do, I can't imagine anything else. You don't need to publish like notice in the paper like you would, let's say, for a foreclosure sale or something of that nature. So I don't know if that answers it or not, but as long as you've calculated it in such a way that you try to get out to the public, you're not going to get hung up by any particular method.
Okay. Sorry, Doug.
Is that clear?
Okay.
Nothing to add.
Okay. So at this point, again, as the last standing officer here, I guess I will entertain a motion to declare Port Commission position number 5 vacant.
I move that we declare Port Commission position number 5 vacant.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The Port Commissioner position number 5 is now vacant. Doug, if you can go ahead, forward as directed, forward the information on the resolution to the Commission so we're aware of the process. And I think that should get you moving on that.
I will do so.
Any thoughts, questions on that you have for the Commission? Or anybody here?
I just thought that I would also include the resolution I mentioned. I will email that to you also, so you have the specific resolution.
Okay. Anybody have any thoughts, questions, concerns at this point on that? All right. Let's move on to the next one. Appointment of the president. We have to sort out our officers again, basically. So the next agenda item is to appoint the President Pro Tem, Vice President Pro Tem to serve. And these will be in position until the July meeting, in which case we will, as part of our general process, annually we replace our officers. So what we're looking to do right now is install temporary president and vice president until the July meeting. So, Doug, do you have any other thoughts on the process before we open that up?
No, I don't.
Okay. Pete?
Whatever works for you folks, frankly. If we make a nomination, and if it gets a second, you can do a ballot, you can do by consensus, whatever gets the job done. There really is no process other than what you folks have spelled out here. I'm trying to remember what the bylaws say, if there's anything special to that. The beauty of the fact that you folks pass the bylaws and the resolution yourselves, you can amend them any way you want. You can actually amend them in such a way that maybe some part of this doesn't apply until July, or you can rescind the resolution. The part that's state law, though, you can't obviously change that, but there's really no set way. So whatever process you have is because you folks have instituted it yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have a problem? Yes.
I have a motion.
Before we get to motions, does anybody have any issues with making the motions here as opposed to a ballot? We can just do this right now. Sarah, Jeff, Walter? Nope. Okay. And Pete, sounds like that's what we'll do, just take motions? Okay, I'll hear motions for the Pro Tem and Vice President Pro Tem. Shoot, Jeff had his hand up first, sorry.
I'll make a motion for a plank of 2 officers, with Stuart as president and Sarah as vice president.
Okay.
You're doing such a good job.
Yeah, well, all the years of
The
experience I've had doing
question,
this.
point of clarification. Pete, if Stuart becomes president pro tempore, does he remain as treasurer also? Can he?
We'd have to move that position. But we can do that. It's a plank, so we can do that.
Jeff, do you want to amend your motion to expand your plan?
No, because then we couldn't second and vote on it.
Touche. I suppose, did we have a second on that? On that plank? No second? Oh, Sarah.
Are we done with that one?
Well, if there's no second, the motion dies. So I'll hear another motion.
I
Sarah?
nominate Stuart Lambert for president.
Second?
Okay. I need to hear any comments.
Do you wish to be president, Stuart?
Yes, do I wish to be president? Yes, I'll be president.
Okay.
So elected.
Another question or clarification. If Stuart is elected president, is he able to run for president on the
Yeah.
July slate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's
There's
no
no
problem with that.
term limits.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess we'll take this one crack at a time. All those in favor of Stuart Lamberton assuming the pro tempore president position? In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. I suppose I voted for myself. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to everyone. The next would be the vice president. We need a motion for a vice president and a secretary treasurer. Walter.
I'll nominate Sarah for vice president.
Second?
Okay, we'll take this again at a slow bell here. All those in favor of Sarah assuming the vice president position, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Sarah, congratulations, you're now vice president.
Thanks.
You don't get a t-shirt or anything. You know that. Sorry. Neither do I.
I thought a ball cap or something.
Copy my. Okay. Next, we have the secretary treasurer. Again, motions?
I move that Walter is secretary.
Walter, are you willing to assume that?
I've done it before.
All right. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of Walter assuming the secretary treasurer position, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I think we have a new plank of officers. Any questions from Pete, Aaron, or Doug?
I had a good suggestion if he couldn't agree on officers.
No, we're done.
He's going to go with rock, paper, scissors.
Thoughts going forward? Anything from, again, Pete, Aaron, or Doug? Which is fine.
Very clean.
Commissioners have any thoughts at this point? I will offer this. I'll be working with Doug on a number of things going forward. Everyone, I'll be emailing and making phone calls to everyone as well in the short time that I'll be assuming this role. I think there's a couple of important things we still need to get through from my perspective. Clearly, budget coming up, and again, I'm going to rekindle our operations plan thoughts and topics on the international terminal, so we can keep that dialogue moving and getting going again. But other than that, I think the name of the game here is going to be communications. So if there's something anybody has questions about, let me know. Like right now, Sarah.
I really think you can't be transparent enough, and I appreciate your dedication to the cause.
Well, thank you for that. So again, with that, if you've got something that I can help out with or anything that I can do, I'm looking at all our commissioners and certainly here, anyone here, just let me know. And we'll see how the next month or two goes. Doug?
I have a question of some guidance, perhaps. We have the training coming up on the 22nd of May for myself and Sarah at the SDAO in Astoria for the public meetings and that type of thing. We have a third position that we've already paid for in that training. Do any of the commissioners, I believe you've already all been to that training. Does anybody want to go as a refresher or suggest any of the staff? In which case I would suggest Karen go and take that place.
I think it would be a great idea if Karen's willing to do it.
I'd love to go.
I can't.
Anybody
I couldn't
else?
attend. No, I can't. I couldn't attend.
You've already been,
No, I couldn't. I could not attend.
but you have been already?
Yes.
I thought I checked and everybody had been.
Jeff, thoughts on that?
No, that'd be fine. A suggestion.
Sarah?
I'm good.
Cool. Karen? Spot's yours.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone have anything else before I open it up to public comments?
It was just, Doug had mentioned something about, because I will be gone from the 22nd to the 1st of June. And I need to let you know what days I will be traveling and what days I'll be at, so there'll be other days in that block that I will not be available. And I just wonder, the only thing I wouldn't want to hold up progress on getting a new commissioner, but I don't know how the scheduling would be to actually be here for the interviews. Would be my own concern.
Well, I think that's something I can certainly work with Doug on going forward. And I think it's going to be critical that we're all here, so we're going to make sure that we schedule it. So
Yeah, it's kind of an important.
It looks like the best way to do it now. It's the way it's set up is the candidates, the final candidates are in by 1 week before the regular commission meeting, and the regular commission meeting this month is on the 29th, so that would be on the 22nd. The 22nd is the day that we're at the training in Astoria, so it looks like we maybe just simply move it back 1 or 2 days as far as the deadline for the candidates, and that would give Sarah time to have face-to-face contact with the candidates.
I also wonder in that, I think our resolution spoke to the fact that we could wait to the next regular meeting.
If the commission does not select a candidate, then automatically we go to the next regular meeting and we then advertise for 1 more month for more candidates. And then at that time we consider the entire slate of candidates, the previous ones and the new ones, 1 week before the following commission meeting.
I just would be curious if my fellow commissioners thinks that gives us enough time to find candidates and choose. Or if it would be, I don't know, Pete, how do you read that resolution? Is that the only reason we would continue into June?
This resolution is actually more specific than the law. I think one of the problems that arose, I didn't draft it, but I think one of the problems that arose is they didn't have a lot of guidance, and they wanted to make sure it was clear how they wanted to do things. So this really is the law of the land for the port, and I would suggest that everybody grab a copy of this and read it thoroughly. This is also the law of the land for the port. This is more specific than the law. So between the two of these, if something doesn't work for you folks, or we find a point where it's an impediment to doing your job, I mean, this is actually gauged to make you folks do it more efficiently. But if it turns out to be an impediment, I would suggest that you either alter it or modify it to your benefit, because you folks drafted it and passed it in the first place, or at least the previous commission did. But to answer your question, if it becomes an impediment, we should change it. We could actually have it go on 3 meetings if that's what you choose, or we can have it be a special meeting. I mean, but right now that is the way it reads. So if for some reason it doesn't work, amending a resolution is fairly quick. It's not something that's really complicated.
And a point of clarification, I asked Pete whether the resolution or the bylaws trumped one another, and I was told that whichever one is more specific trumps.
Right. So you have state law, you've got the bylaws, and then the resolution is even more if there's any, let's put it this way, I may not be right. You may have to go to court and find out that the court's right. But the way generally things are read is the more specific always trumps the less specific. And this resolution is awfully specific. I believe it was in response to not having any framework. And Walter would know that because he was here at the time. And so, but what I'm cautioning you folks on is this is not black letter law. This is your law. So if for some reason it doesn't work for you folks, or it turns out being an impediment, feel free to propose a change. It's you folks.
I kind of propose to change it somewhere in there. There's allows for conflict of scheduling with the commission. Instead of the only trigger now is just if we can't get through the first bunch of people and find the candidates.
Right.
Whereas, I don't know, Stuart, you said that you felt it's important that all 5 be here, all 4.
Mm-hmm.
So going on that, we would want to maybe change something.
It does say there's options for special meetings, so it's already allowed in there, yeah.
So you could have a special meeting after the first of June.
Yeah, Section 2 allows that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think what might make some sense to us is see what kind of responses we get, and then we can decide as a group if we want to delay, postpone, meet
So we could
additionally
just do a
going forward.
special meeting
Mm-hmm.
because of the conflict of, okay. I'm good.
Anybody have any other thoughts, Commissioner-wise, going forward here? Okay, Doug, Karen, Aaron, anybody? You good? Okay, I'll open up to public comment. Typical rules, say your name, 3 minutes. If anybody has anything they'd like to mention to the board? Nothing heard? I will say, shortest meeting in the history of the Port Commission will be adjourned at 12:22.